Hey everybody, Kirsten here. So I woke up this morning to a storm on book Twitter about this article from the bookseller. New publisher Spines aims to disrupt the industry by using AI to publish 8,000 books in 2025 alone. Oh, let me accept all cookies. Anyways, so it's a bunch of tech bros who decide they're gonna make money not off publishing, but off authors. It looks like they're going to charge authors $5,000 a book to edit their books using AI and publish them. And I got something to tell you. You can hire an excellent editor, a human editor, who will actually teach you how to be a better writer for under $2,000 for most novels. I mean, my first editor was Diana Orgain. She's not an editor by trade. She's mostly a mystery writer, but she does some editing on the side. And my gosh, it was like going through a university course when I went through her edits of the things that needed to be changed in my book. And I just it took me to the next level. There were many other levels I had to go through, and I'm still going through levels. But the point is, a human editor is cheaper and better than anything this stupid AI. And my experience with AI, I've experimented using AI for my book descriptions, where I took a book description that I had written and I fed it into AI and asked the AI to improve it, and it did not improve it. It just made it sound like every other book description, which I don't know. I just think AI is a copyist. And what it's doing is when it spits out whatever it's spitting out, it is spitting out right to the middle of the market. It's just spitting out what everybody else is doing. And it's not doing it as well as the people in the middle of the market. I think this is a very bad idea. And I think $5,000 is ridiculous. You can get a good editor for under $2,000. You can get a fantastic book cover for under $200 if you shop around. And there are great people out there doing it. And you can upload your book to Amazon and Apple and everywhere for free if you just go on Draft to Digital. I'm not promoting Draft to Digital, but that's a super simple way to do it. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Anyways, let me read the article. A new publisher has claimed it aims to disrupt the books industry by publishing 8,000 books in 2025 alone using AI. Spines, founded in 2021, but which published its first titles this year, is a startup technology business which, for a fee, is offering the use of AI to proofread, produce, publish, and distribute books. The company charges up to $5,000 a book, but it can take just 3 weeks to go from a manuscript to a published title. Spines isn't the only tech firm trying to make its mark on publishing. Last week, tech giant Microsoft launched its own imprint, 8080 books. In order to accelerate it, telling The Guardian that technology has quickened the pace of almost every industry except publishing. While ByteDance, the company behind the video sharing platform TikTok, also announced that it will start selling print books in bookshops from early next year, published under its own imprint, 8-Note Press. Spines recently secured $16 million in seed funding. That money's going to be wasted, and claims to have so far published 273 titles in 2024. Okay, I don't know if the money's going to be wasted. I'm just, as an author, I admit my prejudice here, but I also have an MBA, so I'm not completely ignorant of the business world. Anyways, we want to publish up to 8,000 books next year. The goal is to help 1 million authors publish their books. Yehuda Niv, CEO and co-founder of Spines, told the bookseller. Niv said he realized 3 years ago that the publishing industry was about to be disrupted by this emerging tech named AI. Yes, this is true. It has been hugely disrupted. More and more authors are using AI to create their books. I use AI for research, but then I have to double check it all the time. But still, for initial research, yeah, it's quicker. It can point me in a direction, and then I decide if what the AI comes up with is correct or not. AI makes a great thesaurus. That's where I'm using AI a lot too. But I don't feel any guilt about using it as a thesaurus because I also have a big paper thesaurus. So no difference. Anyways, of course, AI is already disrupting the publishing industry, with last week's news that HarperCollins US is asking some of its nonfiction authors for permission to license their books to Microsoft to train its large language models, following on from a slew of university presses, including Sage, Taylor & Francis, and Wiley, who have already made deals offering tech firms their backlist to train chatbots and other AI tools. So apparently 3 of my paranormal museum books were used to train AI without my permission or knowledge, and I am annoyed with that. So again, I am very prejudiced when it comes to this topic. In early November, the bookseller reported that Simon & Schuster owned Dutch publisher Bean, Bosch and Koenig was trialing the use of AI to translate a limited number of its titles into English. Like Microsoft's 8080 books, Spines has a focus on speed. Niv claimed the platform can reduce the time it takes to publish a book from 6 to 18 months to 2 to 3 weeks. He claimed authors are willing to pay tens of thousands on publishing services for self-published books. Oh my God. The thing is, yeah, you can pay tens of thousands, but there's no guarantee that you're going to make that money back. For this very reason, there is so much stuff out there. And if you are an author and you sound like every other stinking author because you have used AI, good luck breaking out of the market and being the next J.K. Rowling or whatever. It says it isn't self-publishing, it's not a traditional publisher, and it's not a vanity publisher. Well, it sounds a lot like a vanity publisher. So if you're unaware, vanity publishers would publish your book, you just pay them money for it. And again, they put it up there, but there's no guarantee that they're going to sell it. And usually these vanity publishers would also say, oh yeah, we're going to be marketing and doing this, that, and the other thing, and get you in these catalogs. But it doesn't do any, I mean, the marketing that they do does not help sell books is what the problem is, because most books these days are sold online. It's word of mouth. Somebody reads a book, they love it, they tell their friends. The author is out talking about their books online, getting eyeballs, and yeah, this is all just the. When challenged over the potential negative impact automated AI processes might have on the livelihoods of proofreaders, book designers, translators, editors, and other professionals in the book trade, he said, quote, "We are not here to replace human creativity." Yes, you are. "We focus on books that are written by humans who are looking for the most efficient and up-to-date way to get their manuscript published and distributed worldwide." I'm sorry, you can just do it so much cheaper on your own, and it's not that hard to learn. There are YouTube videos about how to use all these platforms. Given the author's licensing and collecting study research shows that in 2006, average author earnings were £12,330, dropping to £7,000 in 2022. The value of forking out up to $5,000 to have a book published in 3 weeks might be questionable. Yes. But Niv claims that for most authors, it isn't about profit. It's a self-branding process. Let's say you want to leave a mark or a legacy. Most people publish a book not because they want to make a living from that. It's their hobby. Okay, that's true, and no shade on people who want to have a book about their life story, or for the financial advisors out there who are writing a book that they can give to their clients. I mean, there's plenty of room for books out there. But if you are writing fiction because you want to become a fiction author and you love it, I would say this is a waste of money. This is not going to be a good deal for you. But yeah, if you just don't have the time to deal with it and you just want to get that book out, then sure. I'm skimming here. Oh gosh, next on Spine's distribution hit list is audio that can clone the voice of authors. As Niv explained, our platform can also create an audiobook version using synthetic voice. Soon we will add a feature that clones the author's own voice. That's not released yet. We are still working on it. Well, a good friend of mine says she has a face made for radio, and I think I have a voice made for blogging. But whatever. The question is whether the spine style approach will have a knock-on effect in traditional publishing. Editorial consultant Anne Hervé told the bookseller, AI is a total hot button topic. Everything is related back to it right now, as most of the big publishers over, say, the last 20 or so years, all the various internal roles and responsibilities within the different departments have expanded hugely, and so our workloads have hugely expanded too. I think for most of us, we're looking to see how we can take some of that pressure off and offload some of the less skilled work, as it were, onto AI, populating metadata, for example. Okay, so that's great. Let's look at what Twitter is saying about all this. Because what I'm saying is I don't like it. But again, I mean, I can see there's a place for it. Let's look at Spine. Let's see if that brings it up. There's just We could, so we did, but we didn't know why. New publisher spines aims to disrupt industry by using AI to publish 8,000 books. If you have any interest in books or publishing, then you need to read this article because this is the business model for AI publishing laid out in full by people who are doing it, and it's a effing nightmare. A short, angry thread. Ooh, good. We like short, angry threads. First, let me say this photo is a perfect representation of 4 tech bros as an AI image. Okay, all right. That's a little mean, but yeah, I kind of call them tech bros too. Quality is not their goal. It's all about being paid a fee per publication. That's a self-publishing service, and these exist already, of course. But these guys claim to be something different. We are a publishing platform. That's a new concept. Okay, now we insult the tech bros some more. Okay. What they'll provide is a means to create an ever-increasing flood of content into a book distribution system. Yes, it's content. And I mean, okay, I'm not above content. I like the dumb content superhero movies as much as the next person, but I also want stuff that isn't content sometimes. And I like to think I'm not writing content, but whatever. If you're anyways, so nobody on Twitter seems to like it. A great example of how no one can find actual uses for LLMs that aren't scams or grifts. Quite literally, the last thing publishing needs is more manuscripts, especially low quality and unedited AI regurgitations. Well, in fairness, they said that the AI will be doing some editing, but I don't know. I can't imagine it's going to be doing developmental edits, which is what most first-time writers need. Most first-time writers need help with the structure of their stories, with things like this character's kind of flat. You're going to need to pump him up somehow or her up somehow. Not with this sentence should be switched around or you spelled that wrong. So again, it's so much better to get an editor. If you really want to become a writer, spend the $2,000 or $1,200 or whatever. Get a good editor. You can learn so much. Yeah. Anyways, okay, so that is the end of my tirade. Stop the screen sharing. AI and publishing. What do you think? Is it a positive? Is it a negative? Is it a could go either way depending on the intent of the person using it? Let me know in the comments.